How majestic is your name, how redeeming is your grace, how unselfish is your love, that you would give your all for us. So we cry out, holy is the Lamb, and we cry out, worthy is our Lord, and we cry out, we have been redeemed. We cry out, we cry out. How revealing are your truths, and how compassionate are you. You're ever faithful till the end. How blessed we are to call you friend. So we cry out, holy is the Lamb, and we cry out, worthy is our Lord, and we cry out, we have been redeemed, and we cry out, we cry out. As we bow down to worship, incline your ear to hear us. Father, fill us with your presence. So we cry out, holy is the Lamb, and we cry out, worthy is our Lord, and we cry out, we have been redeemed, and we cry out, we cry out.
Alright, peace of Christ to all. Welcome everybody. This is Christian Prince with you today, and I hope the sound is clear. And today we have our live chat is working, so I think this will be better. This way you can chat with me directly. Please invite your friends. I did not really inform any yet. I'm not sure if the picture quality is good or not. Please just inform me so we can be sure it's good. Now today, as you see, the name is a topic we spoke about actually before, which is Muhammad in the Bible. And we have a brother, he asked me actually a few days ago, but each time I want to make a video about it, I find that there's something more, let us say, urgent to speak about, which is Muslims claim that Muhammad, he protected the Christians. Yeah, I see the chat right now, and actually I'm happy that we were able to use it and able to configure how we can do this, so it's good. So all of you guys can now post your chat and you can make your comment live. Now, the first thing I will start with, actually, uh, we have two topics, as I said, but both they are the same, actually. At the end of the day, both is based on lies, as always we see from Muslims. Uh, the first one, I received an email about it, which is Muhammad, he sent a covenant letter to a Christian church, and it's all over the internet. And supposedly, the Muslims, they say, see how nice our prophet. First of all, this letter is not legitimate for very many reasons. Number one, never mention any Islamic source. Number two, Muslims themselves, they agree that there's only 3 letters Muhammad he sent. 3 known letters, not only. There's no 4, there's no 5, there's no 6. So the claim is really false, and I believe that document is nothing but a fabrication. However, let us say, for the sake of argument, this document is true. Are you saying to me, Muhammad, he said he will send his army, and his army will occupy our land, and then he will promise us to protect us? Like, what a nice gang. So he come to your home, he take your land, he take your country, and he put conditions on you, and he make you a third-hand citizen, and then we say Muhammad was protecting the Christians. This is a very funny fallacy, to the point like they make the criminal, the gang, the thief, the killer, the one who took your land, your home, your women, your children, and your money, and suddenly he is the one who protected you. Very weird, very stupid argument. But everything is possible these days, right? I mean, like even now, like anything, if you wanna, you can change the crime and make it a good work. You can do anything you want as long as you have, let us say, a media in your side. You can do all kinds of crimes, and you are the good guy. So, like why we went to let us say, when American they went to Vietnam, they went to help the Vietnamese. It doesn't really swallow it too much. What American have to do with Vietnam anyway? It's far at the end of the world. I don't think this is about something with the goodwill. It's the greed of mankind who want to have more authority, who want to have more power, and we want, if we want to make it look like good, we can make it good. As simple as that. Like why Hitler he went to all the way to Russia? Oh, Hitler he want to save the Russian from themselves, And then he occupied them. He kidnapped their women and their children, and he made them as slaves in his camps. He killed the Jews. And why he killed the Jews? Because simply he is trying to make the world better world. So always the criminals, if they have, imagine if Hitler he won the war. Seriously. If Hitler he won the war, it's exactly what we will hear today about Muhammad. Hitler will be a good guy, and nobody will speak about him as a criminal. But because he lost, you see, always history is written by the hand of those who win, not those who lose. If Hitler was the winner and the rest was the losers, well, the history will be written differently. And Hitler will be called the best man. And people will cheer for him, including those who was occupied by him, because who dare to say no? This is a fact we need to remember always. Somebody attack you, take your home, take your house, and then you are required, because you are the loser, to praise him. You cannot just say the truth. That's not right. You will pay your life as a price for it. Like today, here we speak honest. We don't take a side. I'm an American. I love America, right? America is my country, and this is the country who gave me the freedom, gave me the respect, gave me everything. So I want to give this country everything this country gave me back. And because of the freedom of the speech, I came to USA. When the American, sadly, I say, they armed the terrorists in Syria. If you open any TV station in USA, they will say to you, we are arming the rebels against a regime, a dictator. Now, this is the truth, really? Seriously? The truth is the opposite, actually. Yes, he's a dictator, this is true, but all our friends in the Middle East are dictators, and they are even more ugly than him. At least this guy, women there, they can go drive their cars, they can go party, they can work, they can be doctors, engineers, even they are in the army. Suddenly, this is the guy who is the problem? Yes, suddenly he is the problem. What about all our friends who they are dictators who chop the heads, like Saudi Arabia just 2 months ago, I think they behead 56 people in one day. It's the same as ISIS. There's no difference. Beheading, including teenage boys, including 4 journalists. You believe it or not? 4 journalists, and nobody speak about it. Yeah, because they're our friends. You know. If you are our friend, you are a good guy. You are not our friend, we will put your laundry in the balcony. This is all what's happening. As simple as that. So for us as a Christians, we don't wanna do what those people do. We don't wanna repeat what people say. We have to be truthful. And the truth is ugly. And the truth always hurts somebody. It can hurt you, it can hurt me, it can hurt whoever, but you have to say it. So when the Muslims, they speak about Muhammad protecting the Christians, well, what I will do with all the verses in the Quran and all the behavior. Okay, can you show me one time Muhammad, he protected the Christians? Isn't it Muhammad who said, I am the eraser of Christianity? He said, Ana al-Mahi. They said to him, Mahi of what, Prophet? Mahi means in Arabic, eraser. Eraser. They said to him, you are Mahi of what? He said, I am the eraser of Judaism and Christianity. So he want to protect us, but he want to erase us? So all those fabrications, and by the way, if we ask the Muslims, the ones who talk about this, okay, so are you saying the verses in the Quran, they are not accurate? Because the verses in the Quran says, fight the Christians and the Jews until they pay the jizya with humiliation and being subdued. Being subdued, you know what subdued means? Is that the protection you are seeking? To be subdued with humiliation. If you go to Ibn Kathir, you will see Muhammad, he said, actually, let me go to Ibn Kathir and show it in the screen so we can make it clear before we go to the topic of Muhammad in the Bible. Ibn Kathir, let me share the screen with you so you can. Alright, screen sharing. Alright, let us take those things off so we can see together what kind of a protection the Muslims are talking about when they claim that Islam was protecting the Christians. This is the website of Ibn Kathir. We will go to chapter 9 just to show you how to do it yourself, and then we will choose verse number 29. Alright, we will move to the next page. Next page. You see here Muhammad, he says, وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ, so they will never be close to our holy mosque. And since then, Christians are not allowed even to live in Saudi Arabia or even to get close to Mecca. And if you get close to Mecca, they will behead you. You see how much protection they have? Muhammad is a very, very tolerant man. And this is actually what I say about the no-go zone. You know, when a stupid idiot, you know, an actor, he make a video on YouTube, his name is Russell. He's making fun of the no-go zone. He don't know, the idiot, that Islam practice no-go zone. It's a very racist religion. The verse is in front of you. وَإِنَّمَا الْمُشْرِكُونَ نَجِسٌ فَلَا يَقْرَبُوا الْمَسْجِدَ الْحَرَامَ بَعْدَ عَامِهِمْ هَذَا. The mushrikun, they are dirty, filthy, so they will not be allowed to get close from the Masjid al-Haram. So the sacred land is only for Muslims because we are dirty. And then Muhammad, he said, it's not allowed, and specifically prevent the Christians and the Jews. Why? Because we are filthy, dirty. You see, the Muslims, they can enter your church, they can jump in your church, they can occupy it, they can change it into mosque, but you cannot enter their mosque. And if you enter, you have a problem, especially if you enter close to Mecca. You should be killed. This is the no-go zone. The whole city of Mecca and Medina are sacred area. Alright? Now we continue. Here it says, and feel themselves subdued. This is the Quran explaining the verse where it says, وَهُمْ صَاغِرُونَ. What does that mean? That's mean when the Christians live between Muslims, they will not live like the same as Muslims. They will live as trashy, low class, garbage between the Muslims. The Muslims are going to be leveled up and the Christians have to be taken down. They are not even equal to the slaves. Slaves will be treated better than them. And let us prove. Here it says, Allah, he ordered to fight all people of the scriptures, which mean us, as you see in the front of your eyes. To fight people of the scriptures until they pay the jizya. Now what is the jizya? What is the jizya? The Muslims, they say, or some stupid liars, they say to you that the jizya is a word mean tax. Tax. Well, let me show you the lie. That this has have nothing to do with tax, because you don't pay tax and you are subdued with humiliation. Tax is something everybody pay. Not for a certain religion. Tax every citizen in the country should pay. Not only for the word jizya in Arabic, it's mean the word jaza, which means penalty. Alright? Here it says, fight though against those nor who believe in Allah and the last day, etc., and do not believe in Islam, from the people of the scriptures, a specific order, specific war order to go against the Christians and kill them. Alright? Now, he says, after the pagan were defeated, supposedly we are the pagan, not the Muslims who kiss the black stone and go around the stone. The people enter Allah's religion in large numbers. You see? After the victory, a lot of people convert to Islam. As I said, history is written by the hand who is victorian. So the Muslims, they were victorious. So the tens of thousands enter Islam in one day. Why? Because people are fearing for their life. As you see in front of your eyes. I hope the screen is clear. Is the image quality, guys, is good on your side? Is the image quality good? I hope so. Let me know, please. So the area is under the control of the Muslims. Now this is your area, this is your land, this is your home. It's under the control of the Muslims. And suddenly now the Muslims are doing you a favor. And suddenly the Muslims, they will say to you, we are protecting you. Protecting me from who? From myself. Which means I am a Muslim, I occupy you, and then I ask you for money to pay me to protect you from me. You see how nice I am? Actually, there is something maybe many do not notice. You know the mafia? You guys heard of the mafia, right? Mafia as a term, or let us say as a practice, it's something the Italian they learned from the Arab during the Arab occupation to Malta and many islands very close to Italy. The Italian they learned that you force someone to pay you something to protect him. And this was the start of the gang. Muhammad, he's a gang, and he was the first gang, let us say, a founder who came to Europe with his gangs, and the European after that they learned from Muhammad how to be gangs. So they come to your home, they occupy your home, they take your land, and then they force you to pay a tribute in order to stay alive. What do you want more? Very nice, right? Very nice. Somebody there in the text saying, as if Allah has also influenced in the Old Testament, Quran 538, both hands, Quran. I'm not sure what this guy is trying to say. You know what, if you have the courage, you can call me live and let us hear you, and you will see that you have nothing to say. You know, when somebody quote for you from the Old Testament as an example, if a woman, like he's trying to change our topic, but we will answer him. If a woman, she share in a fight and she hold the private part of the enemy, she will be punished. So he's making fun of this. You know, actually this is here we show you that here they believe in real justice and fair fight. There's two people fighting. A woman, she involved in it, she have no place. Number one, she is holding a private part of a man. This is not her man. Number two, this is not a fair fight, because then if you hold a man in his private part, he will lose. You know what will happen. So what the Bible talking there is about fair fight. If there's two people want to fight, at least should have a fair fight. But because you're filthy, you're trying to make fun of it. So obviously you have no problem if me and you, we are fighting and your wife, she hold my private part. Well, I think you have a good wife. So you can praise your wife, and may Allah save your wife hand for you. You see how they try, but you know, they have nothing to say. They're trying to divert our topic from exposing their prophet. Are you saying in Islam a Muslim woman, she is allowed to hold the private part of a man? Are you saying that? Actually, yes. In the Quran, there's a verse that says, Allah forgive all sin, and al-lamam is not even a sin. And they asked the Prophet, what is al-lamam? He explained, al-lamam is touch, hold, hugs, embrace, kissing, looking, etc. So a Muslim man, he can't touch a woman in her private part. A Muslim man, he can't touch a woman in her private part, and they can touch each other everywhere. And they can kiss, and they can even have all kinds of sexual relationship. As long there is no intercourse in Islam, this is called al-lamam. This is how filthy this religion, and yet they want to come and speak about your Bible. Now we go back. So as you see here, the Muslims, they control your land, they take your wealth, they take your money, and then after that they force you to work for them as a slave for your eternal life. As long as you're alive, you work to pay them. And yet the Muslims, they have no shame to say we are protecting the Christians. Like, did we ask you for protection? You are a foreigner, you are a stranger, you are not from our land, you occupy our land, you take our wealth, and then you are saying to me, you protect me from who? From you. Let us see what a jizya before we continue. Paying jizya is a sign of kufr and disgrace. You see disgrace? So jizya is not a tax, as many liars they say. Do you see it? is a sign of kufr and disgrace. Which means when you pay jizya, it's not just about the money, it's about being disrespectful. You know, it's a humiliation. They force you to pay jizya to humiliate you. And when you pay the jizya, they will spank you, they will beat you, they will spit on you, they will do everything they can to humiliate you. Not only just come over and pay the money. And we can prove it from here. It says, and feel themselves subdued, disgraced, humiliated, etc. Therefore, the Muslims are not allowed. Read with me, please. So we can expose the liars who says the Prophet he have a covenant with the Christians to protect them. Therefore, they are not allowed to honor the people of the Dhimma, which mean the Christians, or elevate them above the Muslims. For they are miserable, disgraced, humiliated. Muslim recorded from Abu Hurairah, the Prophet said, what the Prophet said? Let us see. Don't initiate salam to the Jews and the Christians, and if you meet any of them in the road, force them to the narrowest alley. This is why the leader, the faithful Umar al-Khattab, may Allah be pleased be upon him. Before we go, if a Muslim he meet you in the road, he have a duty. After they took your money and your land and your house and enslave you, after all of this, they have a duty to humiliate you. They have a duty to humiliate you. You see the duty? If you see him if you are actually what this is about, by the way, force them to the most narrow alley. For people who do not know, in old days they used to have an open sewage. The sewage, it was not like now. Sewage is just an open canal in the side of the road where dirty water run from every house. So if you are walking by and a Muslim walking by, you cannot walk with the Muslim in the same street. You have to jump in the sewage. You are a Christian. You are a Jew. This is what Muhammad is saying. Don't initiate salam to the Jews and the Christian. Don't say assalamu alaikum. It's not allowed for a Muslim to say. This is why you see, if you're in a chat room, you will see a Muslim says assalamu alaikum to the Muslims. He don't say assalamu alaikum to the Muslims. And if he say it, he don't mean it. He's not allowed to say peace to you, for you are not a Muslim, because peace will not be given to non-Muslims. Only war for non-Muslims. So when a Muslim he see you in the street, he have to spit in your face, humiliate you. And actually there's a video in the internet about a filthy guy who was in England. He said, well, if we are now in control in England, our duty, if we see a Christian or a Jew or an atheist in the street, we capture him, we take him to the market, we sell him. Or we can just take him home like a cow, use him for work or for whatever we want, or sex slave. This is Islam. And yet those people, they have no shame to say that we are protecting you. The stream is lagging. Try to refresh your page, guys. I hope the page is going to get better. I'm not sure why. So is my sound not good? I'm really surprised because it used to work fine with the YouTube. Let's see. Now I'm gonna check out and see how it is really. Try to hear myself speaking. With my side, it's coming fine, guys. From my side, it's coming fine. I don't know why. It's from your side, it's not good. Anyway, so the Muslim, they have a duty to humiliate you. They have a duty to as you see in front of you. This is why Umar al-Khattab, may Allah bless him, he demanded his well-known conditions to meet by the Christians. These conditions are ensure their continuous humiliation, degradation and disgrace. The scholar of the hadith, etc. So you can read it. Very filthy treatment for the Christians, for one reason, just because you are a Christian. Just for one reason, just because you are a Christian. And yet the Muslims, they have no shame to say that they are protecting us. So I hope we answer this question. You know, we have a brother Frederick, he asked this question here, we answer him. And now we go to Muhammad in the Bible.